Hello and welcome. Today's day comes in that of Thursday. It is the 21st day of May 2020. My name is Derek and this is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades, and of the like are within each his own risk and their own reward. All right, let's take a look at some cryptocurrencies, and it has been a very, very wild day. The Bitcoin market, I'm looking at this on the short term on the single hour, but I'll be focusing on Theta and the Theta fuel, which is having a tremendous run at this point. Before we get into that, I think I went over my intro, yada yada, all bets, trades, and all that stuff. And that's just, I think risk reward is just so important. And that's the main reason. It's why I pretty much say that at the start of every video, rather than just the obvious disclaimer kind of point of view. Because I think when you understand that, it really can help a lot. And also, I thank you to one of my subscribers who was mentioning to me, mentioning about sent a gift through LITECOIN, asking if it was sent, and yes, in fact it was. Thank you so much. As I sent an email. My email was sent to me a few days ago, and I never checked my wallet until yesterday because I did a lot of trading based on the Theta action, as I pretty much bought everything that I'm trading Theta for. Bitcoin, at least right now, is not one of them, and I'll explain why right now it's not, although I use it as a mean to buy and sell what I need to do. The move from the low to this high is seeing a lot of support right now at this level of Fibonacci. At this point, and within it, I'm seeing a little bit of resistance at this line, barely holding, maybe congesting at this level. If we see further weakness in here, where we come from, really the must-hold area for this move is any pierced in the area of 89, and most certainly piercing below 8,800 would be that would do the trick as well. If those levels don't hold, well, what would that mean on the daily? That mean that, well, we'd have to work towards a correction on a more longer-term time frame, because this up run has been solid. One, even 2 to 3, a couple in here, but one base set of higher lows, another higher low in here. And if this is unable to move higher from here, then yeah, we correct lower. But if it's supporting, then maybe we can build up another leg higher and build a fourth higher low, or at least attempt it on a fourth retracement lower, because we've had this resistance in here, piercing a little extra above this, so it's almost like a 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit level. If it's able to get above it, you almost say this is kind of a failure. I mean, it should have had a bigger gain here, and it's had all this time in here to just boost higher. It hasn't done it, but it also hasn't done anything to give up this uptrend either. And when we take a look at this, on just monthly and weekly, it's weekly is a big one because it's pretty much a sideways range. Support at even generally 6,600, because it matches this support, matches here, matches this, matches of course this level of support. That's a failed breakdown below it here. And then with resistance, the general area of you get the lower end of this resistance 10,000, where we're pretty much at now. The upper end of the lower end is 1213. And there's not much of a break from the break of this 13 to previous high of about $20,000. Let's move on to Theta. And it's at 3,078 Satoshi. And just a wild, wild move. Look at this on the weekly time frame. We're going to look at volume, and we're going to look at all the stuff, price action, and everything as well, because the volume is a big indicator. Short answer is this. I'm not seeing any indication yet that this move is over. And as I stated a little while ago, we might want to take this move that's coming up pretty seriously, and boy, has this ever worked out towards that. Now, the daily time frame, we see volume increasing here a little bit higher, but to me, this is looking like good breakout volume, and we still don't have volume that exceeds this level here, and then comparable to back there as well. So, continue furthermore. The move from the breakout May 19th, it's been a fantastic one, under 2,000. So you could say it's overextended here, and well, it had a little move. So as it's moving higher in here, it's really not as overextended. So this is where I call weak resistance. As you can see, have a good move. If it's going to break higher, probably going to have weak resistance at 2400. Oh, you did. And then significantly higher, check mark. Come back. Same thing on the weak resistance here. Did it break through? Yeah. And now this is a situation in here where we did find where we maybe are starting to see this thing on the hourly time frame slow down. As it didn't have that big of a push in price, although two did red candles down, and it quickly reacted with two green candles up. Not as big, but since this move higher, it's not continuing like a lot of these amazing out of control bull markets are. And pretty much the keyword on that is out of control. And it's in control, but it's just normal. When these markets are ready to go, they go. Because when we look at this on the daily, the volatility on this was like 1100. It's already went up to like 34. That was a 3x plus move from that point. And one leg higher to here, another here, another here, and this is the big ones. You can say, you know what, the big moves have these types of high plays like this in candles, and they do. And when you look at this on the hour, you can just see on the volume how this just mammoth. But in that whole comparison, again, when I look at where the volume stands from this move to some of these other ones, oftentimes volume could look big as it is, but then will shrink when bigger volume follows it. So as it plays, I know I thought DGB, I thought it was going to go to 380 really quickly, and it still might. This one here is probably still en route to the 5,000 level. How it plays at that level, we'll see. Now, of course, the 61.8% retracement is pretty much where we're at now. So I'm not just gonna, I'm still gonna say it's up big, it's got to retrace. And that's gonna be the case till whenever, because at first, the way I looked at it was, okay, so here we have a market back up to this level, previous high, let's hold somewhere around 13, 14, I think the 13s I like to see it hold. And now it's had this movement. Well, I'm gonna upgrade that number now. I gotta think, well, go back to the weekly chart in here. I mean, this is a deep pullback, even just coming to 1775. I mean, it's still, I suppose if that happens, that would be fine. But if this thing keeps on going higher, I'm going to want to see some sort of higher low happen and above these levels and amongst shorter term levels of resistance. So on the daily chart, well, let's even go to the hourly, that's shorter term. Well, at 2286, but if this thing breaks, what would be nice or ideal is that thing does slow down and maybe even just goes sideways for a bit, like at a congestion range from 28 to like 33, and then a significant break above. This would could give you an indication to where the next comeback support would be. But if this goes to like 5,000, okay, back to 3 or 2, even 2 or 24. If it goes to like 10,000 or 12,000, well, now let's go talk about 5,000 coming back to. And if this goes to 50,000, I don't know, 10, 15. Oh, if it goes to 1 million, maybe 100,000, I say that's a 10x move, because the more it goes up, the larger the retracement should come. Now, Theta fuel has just been wild. Its intraday high is 101. Yeah, 101. And back in here, it was congesting around 22. So yada yada, just doing wild stuff. And now we can see that the market is, 1 hour time frame. What am I supposed to read upon something like this if I just see this chart? Yeah, I can see that we have symmetricalness in here. I see indecision is what I see. I know a fast move. This thing go like to 60, 70 pretty fast. And you could, if it's been going up so much, then is it possible it goes to 120, 130, 150? I didn't expect it to have this kind of move. I was just, last night with this move going up to like 70, I'm like, wow, I made a decent sale, and I woke up to sell even more. I didn't think that was going to happen, at least not with not with Theta not going to 5,000. But is this move an extra indicator of, hey, is this going to be the start of some fantastic large move coming, at least within the Theta industry itself? Now, this thing has been getting its butt destroyed from this thing as it's been starting, but this is its first break since this has started, its first rally that it's ever had. Almost losing its thing that starts with the letter V. Now, next up, I'm going to put in Steam. I'm just trying to think, what other coin do I feel like showing today? And I was just searching yesterday. I noticed it was amongst a good gainer. And I haven't looked at it for a while. And just because I want a lot of data, actually I'll do Binance for short term first. Well, I put lines in a long time ago. Did had a actually an okay gain. Wow, this thing got its butt kicked. Yeah, I haven't looked at this chart in a while. I was okay. Wow, this went from 31 to, wow, that's a big move down. Well, as it goes in a situation like this, if you see any chart looking like this, I mean, this is a clear, big attempt to do something. I mean, it didn't lose its rigidity with this rally because it's had many before, including one right here. Getting around, I guess. It's always going to be that 18 average of lows. And last time in here, we can see that it resisted it. And it never really had much of a move down, but it did grind itself pretty good. And then you have this little rally. It's already coming close to the 18 lows. So another chance to make a successful correctionary test, albeit it has not been so successful in the past. But within a lot of these markets, fast move higher, correction, fast move. What are we looking for volatility? 21 to 32. That's about a 50% move, and it's already given the vast majority of that back. So if you take a look at Steam on the longer term time frame, and I'm going to use a different exchange, probably Bittrex, as it'll have more data. Although I want to see those lines, what they meant, so I'll go back to it. But slower there, let's just go to the long term. Wow, what the heck happened here? And this is why you just put your orders and sell. I mean, if you miss out on this, only price pays, and unless you got some sort of time machine to go back and that would be like easy to win the game if that was the case. But if you have your sells in and you just wait to come back, I'm thinking the same thing with T-Fuel. I mean, am I going to get something like this? If so, I'm just going to, I mean, I'm glad I got the sells that I got yesterday, even the days before that and today. And I'll just buy back. And you can play some of these moves, and even just any type of trading up here. Sell just a little bit here, buy back a little bit here. And then you can be doing this in a downtrend. It's just going to, it's still going to oftentimes see, oh, I've been increasing value of these coins or how many I own. But the value, the keyword value, if the market goes down 10 times and you only double or triple what you own in the coin, you're technically still losing. But if it happens to have big moves later to come in where, say, for example, like down in here, you take this big loss. And, well, if you started, say, trading this like up in here as it was rallying higher, you bought this at 290 even, wow. And then a lot of buyback, sell up here, buy, sell up here. You're pretty in decent shape when you're at this point in here, just buying and selling back and forth with any kind of market. But yeah, this has been having a bad run. 2,300. I remember back in 2017, it was like 6,000. I liked it, so that would, I thought, yeah, 6,000. So let's now move this on to the. I just want to take a look at the Fibonacci again, and then I want to take a look, see what else is going on in the market side. I don't even know. I don't know why I put those lines there. It doesn't. I think it's just fluke that I hit it. It might have been. That's just fluke that it hit that line well. And I'll use Binance just to see what's winning. And the best percentage gain. Well, the loser, there's Steam on the loss. What do we got? T-Fuel. Fuel's up like 47%. Theta. What the heck is ERD? Let's just take a look at that, I suppose. Yeah, ERD. Elrond. That name rings a bell. But the coin doesn't. Well, maybe it's been around for a... No, it hasn't. Yeah, it has been around for a little bit. 3-day chart. So this was at 12 and it's went up to 30. Overextended. I would definitely never buy anything at this stage unless I know something fundamentally who's buying what and what, or coming soon. But I'm looking right now, if it's going to move, just come back somewhere like here. Let's see what else do I want to take a look at. Troy, I remember that one long time ago. I traded that. I think it's long time ago. Let's see if I'm right. I don't think I'm thinking of Troy State, the college. No, probably not, because I'm thinking even before. But this is, I don't know, this might be one of those like Theta fuel. I don't know what kind of coin this is, but it's been getting its ass kicked, and even a rally here, 18%. This is just a case of high volatility. Let's go. Is there any way to trade this? When you see lines like this, obviously you can see where the bid ask price was during this time, and people are just fluctuating back and forth between it. And I see one number on 27 that's like 3-4%. So you've got numbers like this. You can swing away at small moves, and I'm not usually too much a fan of playing these smaller number coins, but Storage that was up there too, and that's someone I know that has been around for a long time, because I remember that was on Bittrex way before Binance even begun. So we have this one on the hourly going from 11 to 15, so about a 40+% move. Probably getting its ass kicked on the daily with a rally. Yep. Wow, nice volatility. And just playing away with bid and ask orders. When you look at some of these moves that have taken place, how do you take advantage of this? A little bit here, little bit here. Oh, wow, what a move in this point. Well, and then again here. So let's just start in here. You had your orders, you sell high, buy low. Sell orders hit, you buy back within this range, and then you're just going to grindily buy back more. Maybe you get a short-term sell here, maybe you get a short-term sell here, maybe not. But from point low to point high, the vast majority of your plays are now sell orders. Possibly buy back here from this sell. And then, obviously, from this high to this low, you've had your buybacks, and within it, wow, and you're having another one today, because your last play before this, maybe you bought somewhere in here. Yeah, I bought like whatever, 11. And now that's low volatility to buy at 11 and sell at 13. But if you're even playing at decent volatility, where, okay, I had a sell order at 24, I want to buy back at like 16. And you can see 16 would have hit down in here. And then you're able to sell on this order and then buy back. And so opportunities in a downtrend can of course exist. But like I said before, if I'm buying this at like, say, if I'm here at 6,300 and I've doubled my supply and we're down to 1380, I'd be technically down. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.